Welcome all YouTube clan members out there. It's me, MonkeyDragon here, helping all of them green goblins. Well, anyways guys, the topic of today's video is The Last of Us Best Custom Class. And with that, let's go on and begin. Okay guys, so let's go down and gear up. And I want to show you my standard classes here. Here's my #1 go-to class that I like to run and use. I have the revolver standard, and then I have the semi-auto rifle with suppressor on. This way I can kind of stay hidden, flank some people, shoot 2 to 3 people in the back and help my teammates. And then I like to run Hawkeye, this way I can tank people, and I am planning to upgrade all the way to level 4. I want to try to max this one out. The reason being is this way I can tank people and help my teammates, and I'm always tagging people just in case I die. Even if I get into a firefight and not too sure if I can win, I can always kind of quickly tag them and run away. So yeah. Then I'll also run first aid training. The reason being, instead of running first aid training instead of running revive, is because I could almost probably every single time I revive someone, I can almost always revive them. So I want to just be able to revive them, and then I want to give them health, instead of only reviving them with a set number of health, like a reviver would do. If you could see it here, you revive with 25 points more health, whereas with this one, I can go ahead and just constantly heal them until they're done. So that's why I run the first aid training. My next class is kind of a little bit more of an aggressive class because I don't have the suppressor, so I like to take on that front role. And I'm still running Hawkeye, but now I'm also running first aid training, this way I can revive people and give them more health. So this is my more aggressive class, but I'm still staying mainly team oriented. Next we have is my little more orthodox kind of class, because I like to run collector on this one. It's one that I've run a few times, and the reason why I'm running this one and this one is a little bit different is I'm kind of trading my suppressor for the collector edition for it. This way I can almost kind of keep my group alive. The reason why I'm running is because once you start getting to a high number of survivors, if you can see in the top middle of the menu there, when you start getting to high numbers, it becomes really expensive to keep your group alive. If you can see that I need 87 parts per day in order to keep my group healthy and alive, and it becomes very expensive to do so. So I like to run this class whenever I am trying to focus on that. If I'm working on a specific challenge, then I'll run this class. This is my go-to class. But whenever I think, okay, you know, stuff's starting to get hard, let's run this class. So that's the reason why I have this class. So these are my 3 classes. If you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns, please put it in the comment section below. I'll be more than happy to take a look at them. Now let's go and talk about some perks and weapons and stuff. So first off, I'd like to talk about the small on fire. And I have to say the revolver is probably the better of them. The shorty is the absolute worst. It says that it takes 2 hit kills to kill someone, but I know that's a darn lie because I've shot someone, multiple people, at close range and 2 hits and didn't down them. And plus the recoil is just shot, huge pause, and it recoils all the way up, and you gotta pull back down and then try to shoot him again. It's a very difficult weapon to use, and it's not worth it. Next is the 9mm pistol. I see a lot of people using this, especially with suppressor, and for me, I don't find this one to be useful. It takes like 5 shots or so to kill someone, and within that time, I can usually kill you with my revolver, and usually I'm running armor, so when I am running the armor, your pistol takes like 7 shots to kill me, whereas my revolver would take like 4 with armor, so I still prefer the revolver overall. Next, let's move on to the large arms. My semi-auto rifle, I feel, is the best one. The reason being is that only 3 shots to kill, and it has pretty good fire rate, decent sized clip. This one, a lot of people have been asking, not talking about it, and I find it to be not that good. The recoil is weird. Let me try to describe the recoil and the fire rate of it. It shoots, moves up a smidge, shoots, moves up a smidge, and then shoots again. So it's like as if you would, like if you're putting 3 dots on a screen, that's the way this thing shoots, and it recoils all the way up and doesn't come back down. So when you're shooting this thing, you have to shoot it and pull back down because it won't come back down by itself. So it's a really hard weapon to use. Next is hunting rifle. This one is probably my second favorite one, but if I'm going to be running it, I'm going to be running with the suppressor. But it's a pretty halfway decent weapon. It's a 2-shot kill, but the bow is a 2-shot kill, completely suppressed, or not so much suppressed, but if you would imagine, it's silent, you don't show up with the map, that kind of stuff. But I hear it's a very hard and difficult thing to use, so I'm not planning to use it, and everyone that I know that's running it doesn't like using it. And so I find the suppressed semi-auto rifle is usually the best, or unsuppressed. It all depends whether you're trying to be a little sneaky devil. But yeah, let's go move on to the perks and talk about which ones I don't like, which ones I do like. The pistol auto zoom, I don't like at all. You know, I'm not running around focusing with my pistol, so I don't tend to use it a lot anyways. So, yeah. The explosive expert, I don't focus on my explosives, although I do use them. I'm able to set my mines in a position to where when they walk around the doorway, they're going to walk out and die anyways, so I don't need that extra 25%. And with my Molotovs, since I can see the arc of it, I can throw directly on them and kill them, so I don't need the extra 25% for the blast radius, so I don't find that one extra point is worth it. Next is Reviver. I do find this one worth it, and I do find that even all the way upgraded to level 4, it is worth it to revive your teammates with extra health, and to revive them faster, and give them more health, and then you get more parts for reviving them. I find that this one all the way through is worth it. Next is Brawler. You get to craft your melee weapons in half the time with an extra use. If you guys are wondering what they're talking about the Shiv, or if you get the board, you can upgrade it to like putting scissors inside of it. The only thing with this is with your 10 points of health, more than likely this is what's going to happen. You're going to run up to a person, try to hit them with either your melee or punching them or anything along these lines, and that 10 points isn't going to really help you, because more than likely it was either you're going to kill them no matter what, or you're going to die no matter what. These extra 10 points of health isn't going to really help you, and these extra hits that you get, usually your board goes away. The only one that stays with you is your Shiv, and your Shiv only gets one use, as far as I'm aware of. So the Brawler, honestly, not worth it at all. Covert Training, although I do know a lot of people who do like this, I'm not one of the people. The Shiv is only good if you come up behind someone. Usually I don't come up behind someone because they usually have the sound thing working, so they can see me coming. The only reason why it's slightly worth it is because you won't come up when you're crouch walking, but even then, 4 points to come up when you're crouch walking, I don't see that being worth it. And more than likely, if they're sounding you, then more than likely they already knew you were coming, or they're sitting, or they're waiting for you to come, and they're just testing to see whether or not you're there. So the crouch walking thing isn't really help too much. And all the way to level 5, to be able to not show up to be marked, although that is good, it's expensive to be level 5. Next, move on to Sharp Ears. Sharp Ears, although this is a good, trying to think of it, it's a good feature to use in game, it's not a good perk, because that extra 10%, 20% isn't going to really help you that much. I'll describe my experience when I am sound horning. That's what I like to call it, although there really is no sound horning in this game. I hold R2, I can sound, I spin around in a 360 direction, see if there's anyone there, no one there, and I usually have, I'll say 1/4 of my sound left in order to sound whore again. That extra 20, 10% doesn't really matter to me, and it seems a little expensive, so I don't use it at all. It's not really worth it. Strategist, I find, is actually kind of worth it for the 2 points to know when you've been marked, because you can be like, okay, I need to hide back, don't want to give away my teammates, that kind of stuff. Next is that you'll be able to see enemies on the nearby radar. I've used this a lot, and I've never noticed that an enemy would just pop on my radar. I don't know if they need me crouch walking or walking, but I've snuck up on people, looked at my minimap, and they didn't show up on the minimap, so I don't see how that really comes into play or what's required for them to show up on the radar, but yeah. Next is level 5, where you're able to actually choose to spawn on your friends and spawn in early. I find when you die, more than likely you're with your friends, or your friends are split up, and when you die, usually multiple of your friends die because you get overwhelmed with the other people, so I find spawning on your friends with that extra couple seconds isn't really worth it. Plus at 5 points, I don't see it being worth it. The level 2 one is fine enough, that's one I'll accept, but the 4 and 5 I find to be too expensive. Hawkeye, I love it, I use it a lot because I am very team oriented, and I find the 4 points to be able to tag someone and be able to see them and their nearby friends, that's a wonderful thing. Because at level 1, it just lasts for 3 seconds longer. At level 2, it glows them so you can see exactly what they're doing. And at level 4, it'll show their teammates. You know, when you tag an enemy, it'll show their teammates within a nearby vicinity. I don't know how big that vicinity is, but I know for that extra point, I'm willing to use it. Crafter, I find to be not too worth it, because I'm not exactly, like, someone shooting at me, I'm not running behind something to start crafting. I'm usually shooting back, or I got them to duck for a little bit, so then I'll fall back and then craft. I've never died while crafting, so I don't find it to be useful. Next is the being able to give your friend a gift box, and more than likely, if you're not playing with the teammate that's actually talking to you in your party, or whatever you guys want to call it, it's not going to become worth it, because giving a random stranger a gift box isn't worth it to me for the points that, what about if I give him something useful, and then he has no idea what he's doing, and he doesn't use it at all? So I think it would be a better perk if I could give it to myself, but I have to give it to an ally, so I don't like to use it. Next is first aid training. I find all of these to actually be worth it, to be able to slowly heal your teammates, and to actually use these health kits really fast, because health kits I do use in mid-fights. When I'm getting shot at, I'll hide and then heal myself. So first aid training I do find to be extremely useful. Next is sharpshooter. I find these two ones to be useful. The level 2 is extremely useful. The level 5s, and once you start getting up there, don't really focus on the heal for the headshots, because when I find it, at the long ranges where you are taking your time to get the headshots on the enemy, more than likely you didn't need that extra points. But in the close range engagements where you are getting shot at and they're shooting at you in close range, you're not thinking, let me pull up and try to shoot this small little target while we're both moving so that I can get that extra points and try to heal and survive this gunfight. More than likely what's going to happen if you try to do that, you'll aim at his head, he'll shoot you, you'll recoil, miss your shot, and then when you come back down to shoot him again, he shoots you, you die. So just go for the chest, ignore that little headshot bonus, but the sway does help, I will give that to you guys. So yeah, Marathon Runner, I think this is absolutely worthless. If you guys don't know, when you sprint, you show up on the minimap. This pretty much says, and encourage you to sprint and show up on the minimap. Don't use it. Collector's okay, I would only use it for you guys. This is my only recommendation if you have a big group and it's really expensive to keep your big group alive. But yeah, so that's my whole perk run through. Let's go and talk about these purchasables. The El Diablo, this is pretty much it. It's the revolver, but with the scope on it. If you want the same effect, and if you notice the El Diablo's 3-point, run the revolver, and then the pistol auto zoom level 2. You'll get the same effect, and a lot cheaper. Assault rifle, what? It takes like 5 shots to kill someone, and they shoot them really fast, so more than likely when you're shooting someone, which is that first initial spawn clip, you've wasted all your ammo, and then with me, with my semi-automatic rifle, I'll shoot you in 3 hits, kill you. So, assault rifle not worth it, plus, you know, you gotta buy the ammo, you're gonna be going through the ammo, and you gotta buy the gun, it's not worth it. The shotgun, oh, I apologize. The shotgun, once again, just probably not even worth it, don't even use it. It's not gonna be worth it, because more than likely, a lot of the engagements aren't extremely close, and when they are extremely close, people use the melee of the board or something else, so the shotgun isn't, it's not worth it, just avoid it. Military grade sniper rifle, I heard it's not amazing, I heard all it is, it just gives you an extra level of zoom, and it shoots a little bit faster. So I'd rather have the regular sniper rifle, put suppressor on it, and then shoot you, rather than having a sniper rifle that shoots slightly faster and has maybe a little bit level of zoom. So yeah. Flamethrower I haven't used, I haven't heard anyone talk about it, but I can't really make any adjustments on it. The machete, I'm actually planning to buy and test out, because I would like to have a one-hit kill weapon at the ready, because I find that that's really kind of annoying whenever you are running into those close quarter situations where a person just randomly pulls out the one-hit kill weapon and just one-hits you with the board and scissors on it. So yeah, I'm going to buy the machete, see whether or not it's worth it. I'm not too sure how expensive it is, but I do know it's worth like 4 points to put it inside your kit. So yeah, guys, that's my whole class setup. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please let me know in the comment section below. I'll be more than happy to take a look at them. Yeah, if you guys could, please, in the comment section below, please tell me 1 or more things that you did not like about this video. So, like the video if you liked it, or if you found it helpful, subscribe if you want to see more of my videos, and don't forget to tell your friends about me. And if you want to stay updated on all my videos and everything that I'm doing, follow me on Twitter. It's at xXMonkeyDragon. Link to it will be in the description. Well, anyways, guys, I'm MonkeyDragon. That's all I really got. Peace.